Hey, everybody. Welcome to Reflect Media and Social Club. I am your host and GM for the evening, Maui Jones. Tonight we'll be playing Wyrd. It is a homebrewed witchy adventure. I took the system from Misfits and Magic 2 and kind of reverse engineered it. I called it Never Stop Making Magic. System built by Abria Iyengar and the lovely folks at Dimension 20. A little bit of housekeeping. Tonight's session may include some topics that viewers could find uncomfortable or objectionable. This is, for all intents and purposes, rated like PG-13 to R for, dark horror. We have discussed our lines and veils privately, and we have personal boundaries as a group that we've agreed to, but we want to make sure that you stay safe as well. And yeah, that's about it for our inaugural actual play live stream. I am very thrilled to introduce our players this evening. First up, playing Joy V. Did I say it right this time? I know I said it wrong in our session 0.
No, it's okay. You got it. You got it.
Is Chrissy Baker. Chrissy, how you doing?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Excited to play with you.
I'm very excited.
Next up, we have the wonderful Kate Vargulage playing Gemma Spencer. Kate, how you doing?
I am just fantastic.
Love it, love it, love it. And finally, last but not least, my partner in crime on all the TTRPG things, Sadie Keljikian playing Charlie Bagdasarian. How you doing, Sadie?
Hi, friends. I'm doing great. I'm so happy to be here.
Yes, we are very excited. Shall we just jump into this bad boy?
Go.
Should we do that? All right. Let's
Let's
do
go.
that. I have fancy opening credits then. Let's cut to them.
Come go ye before, come go ye. If you will not go before, come let me. Ring around the witch's tree, linking round the witch's tree. Come Carlin, Cronin, Queen, around go we. Come go ye before, come go ye. If you will not go before, come let me. Ring around the bloody tree, dying round the bloody tree. Kilted coats and fleeing hair, 3 times 3. Come go ye before, come go ye. If you will not go before, come let me. Ring around the hanging tree, we're hanging from the hanging tree. They'll take the hindmost where'er she be.
Fair is foul and foul is fair, hover through the fog and filthy air. Gemma. You wake up cold, the scent of moss and wet bark thicken your nose. Fog curls low over the forest floor, wrapping around your ankles like it wants to keep you there. The trees seem to lean in a little too close, like they're listening. What do you do?
I get up firstly and try to look at where I am. Do I recognize this place?
Yeah, it's the same forest you keep waking up in over and over and over again.
I'll look around to see if I'm alone.
Okay, you look around. You don't see anything at first, and then there's a rustle in one of the bushes. A low growl rises from the underbrush, wet and animal-like. Something heavy is moving through the thicket. And when it bursts through, you see this shadowy beast running at you and is coming right for you. What do you do?
I dive out of the way.
Okay, give me a maneuver check, please. Our first roll of the campaign.
Oof. Oof, that rolled a lot, but it's an 8
An
on my
8.
an 8 on my D12.
That just makes it. Let me go to the... Okay, so you burst through the tree line. Your lungs are heaving, your heart is racing, branches snapping behind you like guns going off. You hear them snapping. The clearing opens before you finally, and the beast's growl is fading. You turn to face it, but it's gone, and all you see is the forest. As you're staring, you hear Gemma? Comes a steady voice. Gemma.
Hello?
Dr. Alyssa Mason regards you from across the room, her brow furrowed with concern. Where'd you just go?
The forest.
The dream again?
Yeah.
The office you sit in is warm and sterile, but, full of comforting things, books, a gently humming oil diffuser. There's a nice picture window. You look out at the swaying trees. The therapist looks at you and says, "So when did the sleepwalking begin? Can you remember the first time it happened?"
Yeah. It was like a year ago, I think.
Do you remember anything from that day?
I remember that it sucked.
What happened on that day?
Well, this patient died that day, and that, always sucks. And I went to this bar and some lady ruined my favorite top, and that wasn't great. Yeah, it was just like a really shitty day.
Okay. How are things at home lately?
What do you mean?
Like, what's going on with your home life? Is there anyone special?
No.
Been
Not.
socializing with friends at all?
Like sometimes.
But you say whenever you go to sleep, you have this dream and you wake up somewhere else. You've been sleepwalking.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd like to try something. Maybe we can create a space in your mind that is safe and welcoming. Do you trust me to
Okay.
try a little guided visioning?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. I'd like you to close your eyes and imagine a place where you feel safe. What's that place look like?
I guess it's my room.
And I'd like you to picture a version of you sitting in that room. Can you see her?
Yeah.
What's she feeling?
She's feeling calm, I guess.
Good. And as you close your eyes and you've constructed this place, and Dr. Mason is guiding you through this visioning, uh, Dr. Mason's voice begins to distort and fade away, sounding as if it's underwater. You feel like you're floating just outside of yourself, weightless, immaterial, free. I'd like you to give me a mind roll. Your difficulty is 8.
Okay. This is my other D12. Oof, it's a 5.
It's a 5. As you feel this weightlessness, this floating above your body and feeling it safe and calm, suddenly you jolt back into your body as the shadow beast flashes in your mind's eye, tearing you from your safe place. And you come out of it. One thing I forgot to ask you before we got started, could you describe for me what Gemma looks like?
Yeah. Gemma is dressed much like I am now. Gemma has pretty much no makeup on. It's not really doing anything with her hair, which is like slicked back into this ponytail. Hood is up on the hoodie that she's wearing, that she's probably worn for like the last few days. Maybe there's like a little bit of leftover mascara under her eyes that she tried to put on a couple days ago that she never felt like taking off. And she's got like bags, like capital B bags under her eyes.
And as you wake up from that vision, we're going to move across the town of Westwicke, Maine. Fire snaps and cracks at the center of a clearing, sparks drifting up like fireflies. Laughter bubbles all around you, Charlie. You're at a bonfire party having a good time. You catch someone looking at you a little too long. She smiles. It's Coco, your friend in your sex and gender class. Her dark mahogany skin and smooth bald head look almost bronze against the glow of the fire. She smiles at you, gives you a wave. What do you do? And tell us who we see.
You see a college freshman, kind of on the taller side, sort of strong build, broad shoulders, but pretty feminine otherwise in terms of build, pretty hippie, and wearing a pair of like really, really worn out cargo pants and a really comfortable tank top. And she's got a jacket that she does not need. It's too warm outside to wear a jacket, but she will wear it when she goes home because her mother would not like her out in a tank top.
Mm.
And yeah, I think she's about as comfortable as she ever is here. This is pretty safe territory for her. She sometimes gets a little riskier with her social endeavors, and this one's pretty safe. So She's pretty comfortable.
Yeah. So what do you do when you see when you see her waving, when you see Coco waving at you?
I think I smile at her and I wave back, and I want to go over and say hi, but I kind of stop myself. I'm like, don't fucking talk to her. She's so smart. She's so good at everything. And you're fucking ridiculous. Don't you can say hi. You can say hi. It's fine. Say hi. Just say hi. Yeah, it's cool. Cool, cool, cool.
While you're doing that in your head, like, oh, should I go say hi? No. She has walked up to you, and as you like look up, like, I'm gonna go over there, and you look up, and she's right there in front of you. Hi.
Hey, Coco.
Hey, you having a good time?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great bonfire.
Yeah, no, absolutely, it's great.
How about you? How's everything?
Oh, things are good. Things are really good. I'm really happy you decided to come out.
Yeah, I always do if I can.
No, but I mean, like, I'm like really happy that you decided to come out.
Thank you.
And as Coco flirts with you, and you have this really lovely time talking with her, a little overwhelmed, the music and like the laughter of the party begins to fade, and one by one the students start turning to look at you, and their heads begin to twitch a little too fast, a little too sharp. The firelight dims, casting a really creepy glow over their faces, and then you see it, their skin pulling tighter over their bones, jaws dislocating, necks cracking sideways, mouths frozen in two wide grins that stretch and stretch until they seem carved on their faces. Their bodies begin to contort, shoulders jutting upwards at wrong angles, arms jerking like marionettes caught in tangled strings, and their eyes all black and soulless. Then you hear it, the heavy breathing of the beast. You can feel the hot breath on your back. What do you do?
Has this happened before?
Oh yeah, almost every night for the last year.
I think I try to breathe, and I try to remember my way to where the drinks are at this party.
All right, let's see if you can keep your wits about you. Give me a metal roll.
Hey.
DC of 8.
That's a 1.
A 1. Well, that's failure, so you may take a mote of magic.
Thank you.
Or 2 motes of magic, I believe, with your
Yeah.
your strengths.
I have the easygoing strength, which means I gain 2 motes of magic instead of 1 when I fail.
So, as you stand there trying to keep calm, try to slow the world down around you, you feel like the pressure of like fear and panic building behind your eyes. And the laughter around the bonfire starts to stretch and warp into this like loud, aggressive hum, and those eyes won't stop staring, and the students start to advance. They're twitching and jerking, their bodies shifting in ways that the human frame just shouldn't. Something inside of them wants out, something old, something wrong. Every step brings that something closer to you, closer to the surface. You try to scream, but no sound comes out. Your world begins to spin and churn as the students and the beast pounce on you. They begin to feast on your flesh, tearing into you. You silently stand there screaming. Then suddenly, Miss Bogdasarian? Miss Bogdasarian. And suddenly you're in class, standing there, shaking, breath hitching in your chest. Your hands are cold. Your heartbeat won't slow down. Your friend Coco, who's sitting next to you, stares at you concernedly. As the professor goes back to their lecture, Coco knowing that she can't talk in class, just kind of quietly just like reaches out and just holds your hand friendly, like like it's okay, like I'm here. And as you come down from this moment, we move to yet another part of Westwicke, Maine. To the apartment of one Joy V. Joy, tell us what you look like.
I am an older woman in my mid-50s. I have the look of someone who has been through something, and someone who's lost a lot of weight, probably not healthily. So everything kind of sags a little bit. There's some wrinkles, there's some bags under the eyes. Definitely like a lot of stress. She has hair in sort of a bob, and is wearing shirts that are befitting a librarian and are kind of flowery and particularly girly. And her makeup is has a little too much pink in it. Everything is very pink. But she doesn't look pink. She doesn't look new. She doesn't look happy. It's kind of part of the facade.
Yeah. So you go about your evening, you're, kind of tidying up after the kids. Watch TV for a little bit, put on a movie. You get tired, it's probably time to go turn in, curl up, read your book. You kind of dread going to sleep. That's why I kind of stayed up late, like watching the movie, because you've been sleepwalking and having these really just bizarre dreams. You just can't take it. And so kind of like staying up late at night in the quiet of the apartment is kind of like the best time for you. But you kind of dread what comes after because you need to go to sleep because you have to work in the morning.
Well, and I can't stay up late because Robbie needs the living room.
Yeah.
He's got to pull out the couch.
So you go into your room, bowl ice cream, watching starting to read your book, your maybe like a nice mystery novel. Eventually, that bowl is empty and you sit there, drifting off. Book kind of falls onto your chest. And then when you open your eyes, you're lying on damp ground. There are pine needles pressing into your back. You sit up fast, your heart pounding, chest tight. It's night. The forest breathes. Trees crack and groan. And then a twig snaps. And then another twig snaps. Something's moving around you in a circle. You spin trying to find it, but there's only darkness between the tree trunks. And then the growl comes. Low and terrible, vibrating the very ground you stand on. What do you do?
I dive for a tree branch, something. I'm looking for some sort of stick, something. Anything to get my hands around, a rock, anything.
Okay. Yeah, there's plenty of like rocks and branches on the ground. You find one, you grab it, and what do you do?
I have it in both hands, and I'm just going to keep circling, slowly waiting, trying to listen to see where it is.
Okay. Give me A mark check, which is your perception. DC is going to be a 6.
6. All right. That's a 1.
So 1. Well, you fail, which means you get a motive magic. You
Hooray.
you stand there trying to figure out where this is coming from. You circling, looking this way and that, trying to find it. You start to freak out, and you begin to try and run. But the forest begins to close in on you. Branches clawing at you. Roots begin shooting out of the ground and grabbing your legs. You fall. And then you feel yourself stretched out by the roots and the branches. And you see it. It's above you now. You see its eyes staring at you, glowing like coals. You scream. And you wake up. Soil under your nails and dew on your skin. You are in your neighbor's vegetable garden again. Your neighbor Doris is just standing there in like the door of her place. Seriously, Joy?
I'm so sorry. This sleepwalking. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'll replant. What do you need? I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Just maybe go see a sleep doctor.
Maybe. Thanks, Doris. I really appreciate it. I love you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay.
And you head back in. Kids are already up. The apartment smells faintly of burnt toast. Probably some unwashed laundry left in the hall. Your oldest kid, Margot, bursts in, laundry bag in hand, talking too fast, not even noticing that you're in disarray. What? Mm-hmm. Sorry, Mom. What's happening?
Sweetheart, just give me the bag.
Okay.
I'll throw it through today.
Great. Cool, because I'm running late for class. I'll come back this afternoon. And I was hoping that, maybe we could set a day for you to meet my boyfriend, like I was talking about.
Paul? Yeah, sure. I'd love to meet Paul, honey. Yeah, let's set a time. We'll talk about it. Something that works for everybody, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
We'd like to talk to you, so.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yes.
Is everything okay?
No, everything's great. Everything's really, really, really great.
Just worried, Mom. Just checking.
No, everything's good. It's all good. It's good news.
Oh, good. Oh,
Yeah.
good. Oh, it's good news. Oh, what? We better. Yeah, you've been wanting to set this time. I think we should set it pretty soon then, if it's good news, right?
Yeah. I think that would be good.
Okay. How about we'll talk about it.
Okay. Cool. And
Don't
she
be
goes running out the door. You notice that there's, the lights blinking on the answering machine. You look at the caller ID. You see it's a call from your ex-husband. You just delete it. You don't want to hear his voice.
Yeah.
You're so sick of him.
No.
You, at that point, you look at the clock and you're like, shit, you're late for work. The library's reading room opens today and your name is on the program. Shit. And you get cleaned up as best you can, and yeah.
Yeah, this is like one arm through, grabbing the purse on the way out the door.
Yeah. And then we're going to head to the Westwicke Public Library. The Westwicke Public Library is a sturdy 3-story brick building. It has tall arched windows, ivy creeping on one side. It's got this carved inscription above the front door that says, "Your library is your paradise." Inside, the library is warm with worn oak floors and rows of tall wooden shelves. The air smells of old paper. There's a main room with like heavy tables and green those green glass lamps with the brass bottom. A small children's section with murals of woodland creatures, a community meeting room, and the newly about to be dedicated Lilith Bagdasarian reading room. Quiet alcove lined with her favorite books and comfortable chairs with a little plaque saying, "For years of service to the Westwicke Library, this reading room is dedicated to Lilith Bagdasarian." You see so many people from the community there. You see that young woman you saw a while back, the woman that did the blood drive. You see Lilith's family there. The mayor is here. Like, everybody's here.
Ooh.
You got a couple minutes before the ceremony's going to start. What do you do?
I am pulling papers like out of my bag, trying to like set my computer up with the system. There's like a little slideshow that like has to do with like the things that are featured in this area. There's like an honorarium to Lilith and everything that she stood for. We got like all these pictures of her from her life. And it's just meant to be, the dedication ceremony. We talk about Lilith a lot. And so I've kind of set that up.
Yeah. As you're doing that, Charlie, what are you doing in this moment?
Sorry. What am I doing at this moment? Is it like it's a dedication?
Yeah, it's a dedication to the reading room, named in honor of your grandmother.
Grandmother. Yeah, I think probably my mother insisted that we all go, so I'm probably wearing like my church clothes. So I'm in like a really horrible like lace bib collar dress, like just awful, and like solid white tights. And like Mary Jane's. I look like I'm fucking 7 years old, and I hate it.
As you look,
but I have learned how to put on a good face for these things, so I'm just like, yep, it's for the family. Great.
Yeah. So what are you doing in this moment?
I think I am very as I'm maybe like trying to find the bathroom so that I can text my friends so that I can go out after, because I'm gonna need to deal with all the feelings I'm not allowed to have here.
Yeah, as you try and like make your way to the bathroom, your mother's standing right next to you, just kind of like hooks her arm around your arm and then just kind of whispers in your ear, "Do not be antisocial like you always are at these things. Go, talk to people. The librarian or
Mama,
any of the people." No,
Mama, I have to pee.
you do not have to pee. You peed before we left. Do not lie to me. You're always doing this.
Okay, Mama. Okay.
So what do you do with that? Like, what do you do in this moment? If your mother has chided you about being antisocial.
I just walk around the room, see if I recognize anybody.
Yeah, you see your friend Margot's mom. You see that you see various librarians that you know worked with your grandmother. And then you see that young woman that was her nurse at the retirement home.
Mm-hmm.
The one that your dad just does not like because your grandmother left a lot of her stuff to her instead of to the family.
Mm-hmm.
So your dad like hates that woman.
Have I seen her at all since she died? Have I seen Gemma?
You have not seen Gemma since the funeral.
Okay. I think I want to approach Gemma.
Okay.
Hey.
Hi.
I'm Charlie. I'm granddaughter.
Yeah, I remember. Hi.
Hi. Um, I'm really sorry my dad is so
Oh,
the way he is.
no, that's fine. Um,
It's not though, because I know how important you were to her. I didn't see her often enough, but you
this
really,
kind of stuff happens, and losing a family member can be challenging at the best of times. So, I get it.
yeah, I guess I just I I wish I wish I had taken it upon myself to know her better. So I'm glad that someone was able to know her better. I think she really needed that. So
Um,
thank you.
yeah, you're you're welcome.
Gemma, right?
Yeah, it's Gemma.
Yeah.
As the two of you finish talking, I'd like all three of you to please roll me a d20 and let me know what your roll, what the highest roll is, the results of your roll.
I got a 7.
Okay.
I got a 3.
Okay.
So sorry, working with a slightly altered setup this evening. I got a 19.
19. So, 19 is highest, 3 is the lowest. 19. Charlie, as you finish talking to Gemma, you feel like a pressure in your head. Like a sinus headache kind of like blooming behind your eyes, right? The fluorescent lights begin to buzz a little bit louder, and the crowd chatter begins to stretch, kind of drawing out like a record player being slowed down. Can you give me a metal roll? Difficulty of 7.
Okay. It went so well last time. Nope, it's a 1 again.
So 1 again. All right. So take your motes.
Yeah.
Your vision begins to slip. And everyone in the room is standing still, staring at you, silent, wide-eyed. Kind of reminds you of that nightmare you just had. And then you blink, and it's over. Everyone's laughing, sipping drinks. Everything's normal again.
Huh. I think I tried to just kind of shake it off and find a glass of water.
The two who didn't experience that, give me a mark roll to see if you noticed that. Difficulty is going to be 6.
I got a 15.
Okay, so you definitely notice that you're very close to her. So like you kind of see as you're finished talking, you kind of see her, and then kind of space out for a second, and then just like, okay.
You good?
Joy, what about you?
Got
1.
a 1.
Okay, so
Mhm.
yeah, Joy, you didn't notice anything. You're just kind of too
I'm
caught
not
up.
marking anything. Yeah, it's busy. I got a lot of people talking to me. I got to do this thing.
Yeah.
I am keeping an eye out for Doris.
Oh, Doris is there. Doris is there, and just like staring daggers at you. And as you're like setting up, like you look at her, and you see her just like slowly lift up a zucchini and just like shake her head no at you, like it's not gonna make it.
So sorry.
I need Gemma and Joy to give me another one of those D20 rolls. These are fate rolls.
16.
I got a 7 again.
Okay, 16. So you don't experience anything on this. Joy, as she's waving the zucchini angrily, and you're like finishing setting up. Finally, the program is about to begin, and the library director is giving this like soft kind of fumbling speech about Lilith's contributions to the community. As this is happening, the books on the shelf nearest you begin to vibrate just slightly, like it's building. Give me another mark check, please. Joy. Another one. You're rolling.
Third one in a row.
Wonderfully this evening. Take another mode of magic.
These marks are not.
Oh boy. Oh man, that is
boy.
Not great. Not great.
Earthquake.
You see books begin to launch from the shelves and start crashing to the floor. No one is reacting. Gemma, Charlie. Gemma, as you're looking at Charlie, like what's going on with her? Is she okay?
You good?
Yeah, give me the you good.
Yeah. I'm just a little bit of a headache. It's fine.
Okay.
I'd like both of you at this moment to make maneuver checks, please.
Okay.
Got an 11.
An 11. The difficulty was 9, so that succeeds.
I got a 16.
That also succeeds.
Jesus Christ.
It's my D20.
Yeah.
You both.
One of my D20s.
You both kind of like freak out as at the corner of your eye, you see a cascade of books begin flying at you, and you duck as they kind of fly past you.
Jesus.
What the fuck?
Joy,
like weird.
Joy, you noticed that they noticed that they saw them.
You okay?
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody. Are you okay? Charlie,
Yeah,
I
fine.
see.
I guess.
You're all right?
Yeah. What the hell was that? Was it like a steam pipe or something? What?
That's a thought. I thought maybe an earthquake, but only a couple seem to be coming out at a time. This is so strange.
Are people looking at us now? Mel?
Yeah, what are other people doing?
No one is registering this at all. Everybody's just talking like everything's fine.
So no one notices that we noticed the books.
No one has noticed. Well, actually, all of you give me a mark check. Give me a perception.
18.
Okay.
6.
9.
18.
Which
Gemma,
for me is good.
you notice that you notice one person who was clocking what's happening.
Do I recognize this person?
You do not. She's young, looks like, probably like late teens, early 20s, like high school, college, dark-skinned, bald, kind of watching everything happening, and kind of has a terrified look on her face. So that's the only person that you notice that is seeing this.
Okay.
Neither of the other two notice it.
No one else in the no one
No, I mean like me and Chrissy don't see her noticing
Yeah.
us.
no
Do we see her noticing it?
Sorry, me and Joy.
You do not.
That's good.
Okay.
I'll leave Joy and Charlie to, talk amongst themselves since they know each other. And I will step away, and go talk to that girl that I just noticed.
Okay. As you approach her, she looks at you with like a wild look in her eye, and she like grabs your arm and like says, "Did you see it too?"
The books?
Yeah.
Yeah. You saw that?
Yeah. I can't go through this. Not again.
What do you mean again?
And before she can speak, everybody in the library freezes except for the three of you and this young woman who is staring at you. And you begin to hear a tearing sound. Something is tearing in the air in the middle of the room, a seam, a gash in the air. And from within it, a slow, dark mist begins to spill out, heavy and cold. And then claws emerge. 3 of them.
I'm grabbing a chair.
Those claws fly out at the 3 of you. You're grabbing a chair?
I'm grabbing a chair. First thing I do is grab a chair.
Okay. What do the other 2 of you do?
I make sure that I've got a hold of this girl and not just her holding on to me. I want to have a grip on her.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get the combat music going. I can't get it going, so I'll just put on the stream music again so I can get that going again. Okay. So you're gonna kind of try and protect the girl?
Protect her if I can, but she's not leaving if I can help it.
Okay.
She knows something, and something weird has been happening, and she knows something about it.
Okay.
I'm trying to step in front of Charlie, and if I could get close enough to Gemma, but I think Gemma and the other girl are probably too far away.
So there's a claw going towards Charlie, a claw going towards Gemma, and a claw going toward you. I would like let's start with the person who's being like kind of the most on the offense here. Joy, tell me what you do to just like instinctively resist the effect of this claw. And this is the first time where your magic is going to kick in. So you're going to roll this with magic. Tell me, well, I'll let you know that the difficulty is 10.
Okay.
Tell me what you instinctively do in this moment.
I'm going to lift up the bottom of the chair and try and trap the claw in between some of the legs and see if I can just kind of like deflect it, not try to like stop it or break it, but just like deflect it down.
Yeah, but how does your magic present in this moment?
Got it. So when I lift up the chair, it increases in weight significantly. So I'm lifting up this very heavy thing. So when the claw reaches and like hits the chair has a lot of resistance to it, and I'm able to like shove it and move it down. So like there's this like almost like this like seismic kind of weight to it.
Yeah, okay. So that to me feels like that feels kind of defensive. So I'm gonna say let's do metal plus magic.
Oh, okay. Oh no, metal's good. Yay. All right, metal plus magic. That is a nat 20 and a 4, which explodes.
Okay, so that 4 explodes. Your magic matures to a d6. Roll it again and add that to your total.
And the D20 explodes, right?
Wait, both explode. Yes, roll both again.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
That makes up for all the ones you just got.
I know. What is that? That's a 24. Okay. And the next one is a 9 and a 4 on the magic die. So another 13 in addition to the 24. So 37.
So some sort of huge magical effect happens, even more than what you just described. What do you think happens in this moment?
I think her intention is to deflect, but as she lifts up the chair, I think she's thinking about ruined zucchinis and like early mornings in the frickin' garden and being looked at like a weirdo in her tiny little apartment. And I think she's just going to take the chair and like smash it forward. This has been a year of this and she's sick of it. And she's just going to smash it forward and try and actually like break off the claw or do some sort of damage to it.
Okay. So as you kind of hit it with the chair also just kind of starts to explode with like vines and bramble that begin to wrap around the claw as you begin to hold this thing off. Charlie, you're next. What do you do?
Sorry. I think what I want to do is, if there's a sort of sturdy, solid piece of furniture that I can climb on top of, I want to try and get on top of something and draw the claws toward that so that maybe I can dodge out of the way and they'll get stuck in the thing. So like a bookshelf or a pillar, like something that has like something that I can reasonably climb up on and then dodge out of the way so that the claws maybe get stuck in.
So again, how does your magic instinctively kick in this moment?
I think I start to flit around in a way that seems impossible, like the speed and agility with which I flit around the room and kind of end up on top of this piece of furniture or pillar or whatever it is.
We'll say like one of the bookshelves, yeah.
Yeah, so I sort of flit up onto the bookshelf, and it doesn't even really look like I climbed. It just kind of looks like I thought about going up there, and then I was up there.
Okay, so roll maneuver plus magic.
Cool.
Difficulty is going to be for this. We're going to say an 11.
Okay. That should be doable. 11 on the dot.
11 on the dot. So you see this claw kind of like snaking towards you, and you think in your mind, like, I need to move. And suddenly you are across the room and on top of one of the large bookshelves, like faster than ever. Mm-hmm. Like you can't believe how fast you just moved. Gemma, what are you doing in this moment?
I've got a hold of her, and I think that the way that my magic manifests right now is that I think I have her by the forearm, and I think that like my grip is like magically, like seismically locked on her forearm, like some kind of like sparks like shoot out of my fingers, and like magic comes around and like creates like tendrils that like hook back into my thumb so that like we are linked together.
Okay, so you're not doing anything about the claw coming towards you.
Well, okay, that was part one. Okay.
Okay. And
then part two is that we are together. I'm gonna like drag her behind a bookshelf. That makes sense?
Yeah, so she's resisting because she's freaking out because she sees a giant claw coming towards you. So she's pulling from you. I need you to roll. This is going to be matter plus magic, and because you have someone resisting, and you're kind of doing two things here, the DC is going to be a little bit higher on this, so this is going to be a 12.
A 12.
The DC is 12, which is an inside joke from our home game.
Yes, I need to explode on at least one of them. Okay, I do get a 4 on my magic die, so that does
Okay,
explode.
So that's going to mature to a 6.
Yes.
To a D6.
And then I got a 4 on my D6 for matter. So that was 8.
So that's an 8. So we need 4 or better on this D6 for you to beat the difficulty.
Okay. It's a 4.
It's a 4 on the dot. She's like, "What are you doing? Let me go. Why are you?" And as you hold her, you see like sparks and magical tendrils begin to emit from your fingers and like hold her in place. And then you turn around and you see a bookcase, and you like reach out, and those same sparks kind of pull the both of you behind there as the claw goes crashing into like the wall that where you once were in front of. As you do this, you see Joy kind of fighting with this thing and pushing it back, driving it back into the rift.
Okay.
Pushing it all the way back into the rift. And as you do that, Joy, you've overpowered this thing and pushed it back into this like rift in space. And as you do that, the seam begins to close up again, and it takes the chair with it. It like sucks it in, and then all of a sudden, everything kind of resumes. Crowd just goes back to talking like nothing happens. Books are scattered. There's some like ectoplasmic goo on the wall that hit where Gemma and Coco just were. But like no one's reacting. No one's acknowledging it. It's as if they didn't see it and can't see the aftermath of it.
Okay.
Coco, are you okay?
Yeah. We should all step outside.
Okay.
Charlie, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I got up on the bookshelf really fast. I don't know how I did that.
I'll keep a hold of Coco as we walk outside.
Can you please let go of me?
No.
What is your issue?
Come with us?
I just said we should all go outside together. Let me go.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to roll a magnetism check because this is making her very distrustful of you in this moment.
Okay, cool. 6?
6 does not do it. She's like, okay, well then screw it. I'm not helping you.
No. Wait. Everybody calm down.
Well,
Everybody calm down. I know.
Tell this
Hold on,
bitch to let me go.
Okay.
Hold on. It's Gemma, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna lean in and I'm gonna say, listen, I like your instincts. I think you're right. But I don't know what that was. And she seems to know what that was. We'll keep an eye on her, but I think that you should probably let her go.
Okay. Okay.
Your name's Coco, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, that was a lot. And it sounds like you have experienced something like this before. This is the first time that I have.
Can we please all step outside and talk about this outside?
Yeah, we're walking and talking.
Okay. Once you get outside, she answers your question. Yeah, I've seen this kind of thing before. Only once before. Back home.
In
And-
Where's
Louisiana?
home?
Yeah, in St. Ariadne. I think you've all awakened. I think you're all waywards.
Wayward what?
What?
And with that, we're going to take our break. What's going to happen next? We'll find out when we come back from intermission. See you soon, everybody.
See you soon.
back, everybody, for the second half of the first episode of Wyrd. When we left off, Coco was saying that she's seen this kind of thing before back home in Saint Ariadne. And go. What would you like to say to her?
You said we're waywards? Wayward what?
It's people that can perceive magic, from what I'm told. I guess technically I'm sort of one, though I don't have any abilities like all of you.
Wait, what?
Abilities?
Magic? Like abilities?
Yeah.
I'm-
Well, I mean, you just turned a chair into, living branches of a tree?
I don't know what just happened. Things have been happening for like a year. I don't even know if I'm awake.
Wait, things have
I
been
don't
happening
even know
to
if
you
any
for
of
a
you
year
are
too?
real.
Wait. What's been happening
What do
for
you
a
mean
year?
two? Dark woods, noises, and I keep waking up in my neighbor's garden and destroying her zucchinis.
Coco, do you have dreams too?
No. Whatever's
No?
affecting all of you, it's not affecting me. But I can perceive magic because I perceived it before. These people, they helped me, and they
Which people?
Wayward's back in Louisiana. They wiped my memory, but it didn't take.
They wiped your memory?
What?
Yeah, so that I wouldn't have to perceive magic things anymore.
Did you ask them to wipe your memory?
Yeah, I didn't want this.
Oh, okay. Maui, Gemma is feeling very distrustful
Yeah.
of Coco.
Mhm.
I would love to see if that has any credence, or any if I should be distrustful of her, or if she really is just this little kid. Like, the reason why I didn't want to let her go was because I've seen these other two before.
Yeah.
These two were there the first time this happened to me. So seeing them again is no surprise.
Okay.
Having this extra person here on the day that this escalates is suspicious to me.
Okay.
So I would love to see if that's a role, then I'm happy to do that, but I would love to see if there's any credence to me being suspicious of this girl.
Yeah, give me a mark check, please. We're gonna say that the DC for this is gonna be, we'll say 6. It shouldn't be too difficult.
15.
15.
Mark is the D20 for folks at home. Mark is my only D20.
In this moment, as you look at this young woman, you realize she is terrified that this has opened up a very traumatic memory for her. You your distrust, and everything, as you kind of stop and actually look at her, you see telltale signs of post-traumatic stress in her, in her eyes, in her posture, in the way she's holding herself, and the way that she's talking. You can tell that this was a trigger for her, that she must have gone through something pretty bad.
Okay. I think understanding that and finally taking a moment,
Mm-hmm.
Gemma finally taking a moment to step back a little bit, will let out a breath, okay, I still don't know what this girl's deal is and what her story is, but I'll back off.
Okay. What about everybody else? What is everyone else doing at this moment? Do you have any more questions you want to
Joy
ask?
just is like, Joy is pretty convinced that this is a dream. Like, is there a way to, like, I don't even know if at this point, like, sensing the reality, I don't know if she would buy it. You know what I mean? Like, this is all completely different than anything she expects.
What would you like to try and do to convince yourself whether or not this is real?
I would like to decide to go in and out of the building. So, like, in the dream, there's only like one direction that the dream goes, and then I wake up in the garden, right? So, like, I'm interested in like moving around the space, moving in and out of things, having conversations, just to see if I have agency in this dream
Yeah,
or
I'll
this
say,
space.
yeah. So in this one, like, everyone's talking and everything, and you're like, and you walk back inside. You see everyone's still talking, everything. You see, there's also permanence here, right? You still see the ectoplasmic goo on the walls. You see the books strewn all over the place. Give me a mind check in this moment. Your difficulty is going to be a 5.
Okay. That is a 2, but I'm going to use my 3 motes to succeed.
Okay. So at first you're kind of staring around and you're like, this can't be real. This can't be real. And I love that you use those motes because I think like your magic kind of kicks in, and I think in this case perception is retroactive. You start to think back, and you realize that there are moments where you just had to like pick stuff up that's been on the ground. But now that you think back to like those memories, now that you can see magic, you realize like, oh, like that was like a little like goblin that knocked books over or something. You start to realize that like, oh yeah, like it's been your whole life, and now the scales have kind of fallen off, and you realize that holy shit, magic is real.
I'm just going to sit with that.
Charlie.
For a minute.
Like, okay, all right, let me think about that for a minute. Charlie, what do you do in this moment?
I think I want to check on Coco.
Coco probably will walk over to you and say, are you okay?
I'm okay. Are you okay?
Yeah, I will be. I will be.
Okay, do you want me to take you home?
No, I want to help all of y'all. I mean, there's not really as far as I know, Wayward's around here, but well, I'm studying, occult and myth because of the reason I'm studying that is because of what happened to me back in Louisiana, and I wanted to understand it more. I think maybe the professor can help you. I mean, he's pretty knowledgeable about this stuff. The occult studies professor might be able to help with this.
Oh.
He's the only person here that knows about what happened to me.
Okay.
So that's just a suggestion. Y'all don't have to take it, but
no, that's all we've got to go on. So, okay. Magic is real. We've all been having the same dream for a year.
What happened a year ago?
My grandma died.
She looks at you, Gemma. Did you know her grandmother too?
Yeah. I was her, uh, I was her nurse when she was in hospice care.
I see. Well, look, I know you don't trust me or whatever, you know, but I do want to help if I can.
I trust you.
She kind of squeezes your hand.
Under Gemma's breath, she's like, I'm on the fence.
Can I come back out?
Yeah. You come back out, and you see them talking.
Mm-hmm.
What, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'll look at Coco and be like, okay, what kind of help are you offering?
Well, like I said, my professor is pretty knowledgeable about this. He's the only person that knows about what happened to me back home. He can perceive magic as well, so maybe he could help shed answers. I'm still studying this stuff, and he's the one that's teaching me.
Who is this professor? Which one?
Professor Kramer at Maine, Westwicke, where we go to school. I go to school with Charlie.
Yeah, I know you mean Westwicke. Would I know this teacher? Would he be living in town? Like, would I be aware of him?
Give me a mind check. Yeah.
3.
3. Yeah, you have not heard of him before.
Okay. Charlie, do you know this professor?
I'm aware of him, but my mom absolutely would not let me take any of his classes.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on the fact that he can see magic too.
Well, there's plenty of people in the world that can perceive magic.
Okay. Great.
You might want to go inside. I had a moment. I don't know if being inside helps. Gemma.
I should go inside?
Just step in for a second, have a look around the library.
Why? What's that gonna do for me?
I saw things that I was not expecting to see.
Okay. Great. I'll go pop in the library for a sec. And I'll
for a sec.
Walk inside.
As you go into the library, what do you think you do in there?
I think that I've gotten this advice from Joy to step into the library because she saw some stuff that she wasn't expecting to see, and stepping into the library for a second helped her. And I think Gemma is just like at the absolute end of her rope already. Her very short rope already. Mm-hmm. And she's like, okay, fine. Fuck it. Let's go inside. I think that she's gonna step inside, literally do a once, and then she thinks she'll be done after that. She's gonna do a scan of like literally a foot across the threshold into the library.
Give me magnetism plus magic, please.
Okay.
DC is going to be 7.
7. Okay, cool. I have a D10 for magnetism, and I'm on a D6 for magic, so should be able to do it. Ooh! Okay, my D10 was a 6, and then my magic was a 5, so I have an 11.
11. You go in, you're super pissed off. You look to the left, you look to the right, and then you like do kind of a double take as you see past the crowd in the reading nook. You see Lilith Bagdasarian sitting there reading a book.
I think Gemma does that double take and is now rooted to the spot, and like I think she starts to cry a little bit. I think tears start streaming down her face because she can't be here. She can't be
Lilith
here.
looks at you, and I think you look a little closer, and you notice that she's incorporeal. She's like kind of see-through, and she looks at you sadly, like, sorry, kid, kind of thing. Is there anything that she gave you that you would have on you right now?
Have on me right now?
Yeah, is there like a keepsake she gave you maybe that you carry with you?
Yeah, I want there to be, but I
Maybe a necklace?
yeah, maybe a necklace, maybe like a piece of jewelry, or maybe like a handkerchief. She a handkerchief. I think she's a handkerchief lady, and I think she's a handkerchief lady that like has her initials monogrammed on a corner of
You
a
kind of
handkerchief.
just like absentmindedly put your hand in your pocket and you kind of rub it. And as you do, we go into like a flashback of a couple years ago, and you're at the retirement home that she's living at, and you're meeting her for the first time. And you kind of go in to check on her for the first time. What do you say when you enter the room?
Okay, Lilith? Is that you?
Yes, that is me. Who are you?
I'm Gemma. I'll be your nurse.
Oh, Gemma, you are beautiful. Come in, sit down.
Okay. Yeah, I will. I'll enter the room. But I won't sit down right away. I'll do my routine checks that I have to do on her.
Oh, stop with the
And
root. Stop with the checks. What are you doing? Sit down. Sit down.
okay, I'll finish whatever task I was trying to do, and then I'll sit down.
You are not from here.
Not originally, no.
Ah, I knew it. I am a bit psychic.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yes.
And how long have you been psychic, Lilith?
Oh, whole life, visions, whole thing. Yes.
Oh, from birth?
Oh, yes, from birth. I do. Very intuitive.
Got it.
So, you just start here. You just start with the nursing and helping other people. And
Yeah, just a couple weeks ago, you're one of my first patients.
I have a feeling you and I are going to be very good friends.
Okay. Well, I hope what we are.
We fast forward a few months later, and you've now become really good friends with Lilith. And she's talking to you. She's like, so when are you going to, I don't know, start living your life?
Lilith, what the hell kind of a question is that?
I am just saying, you're always spending all of your free time here with me instead of going out and meeting handsome young boys or
I don't spend
girls
my free time with you. These are working hours.
Yes, and I believe your shift ended 2 hours ago?
Why do you know that?
Oh, I know everything. I am a bit
why do
psychic.
you
I told you
know
this first day I met you. I told you I'm a bit psychic. You don't believe me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're psychic. I think that you're stealing some fucking charts off of somebody's clipboard.
Well, Brandon is not very observant, but that is neither here nor there.
Oh, of course, of course. I don't know, Lilith. I would rather talk to you than any of the boys in this town. They're all Shit. All of them. Every single one.
We fast forward another few months. It's a rainy day. Lilith is unusually quiet on this day. She's just kind of sitting by the window, staring out at the rain. You come in to do your daily check.
Hello, Miss Lilith. How are we today?
Oh, today is not so good.
Oh, okay. Why is it not so good?
I think I'm just feeling the loneliness today.
Feeling the loneliness today?
I did a lot for community when I moved here to Westwicke.
Yeah,
But-
I've heard all the stories.
But I do not do so good with family,
Mm.
and I don't really have many or any really friends.
Can I tell you a secret?
Mm.
I don't do so good with family either. And I think you might be my only friend.
That is why I instantly took liking to you. You kind of remind me of me.
Yeah. Did your family stop by today before I got here?
No. Ish was supposed to come by, but
But he didn't.
No. I was hoping to see my Charlie. She is my favorite. Yeah, my favorite granddaughter.
Oh,
My
Charlie's your
only-
granddaughter.
My only granddaughter, but if I had 20, she'd still be my favorite.
Well, I'm sorry they didn't come, but I'm here as a consolation prize.
She reaches out her hand and she holds it. When you get to be my age, you can be invisible to most people. I hope that while you can be seen, that you let yourself be seen. I don't know how much time I have left. But when I go, I hope you make another friend. And I hope they see how wonderful you are. She pulls your hand and she gives it a kiss. If you were my granddaughter, I think I'd have two favorite granddaughters.
All right, well, I won't tell Charlie if I ever see her.
I think you two would get along famously. I think I'm tired. I think I maybe take a nap now.
Okay, let's get you back into your bed.
A week later, she passed away. You're back in the library, and you see Lilith, the incorporeal Lilith, sitting in the chair, look up at you, and you hear her voice in your head. One of those last things she said to you: when she's gone, try and make another friend. And you're back into the moment. What do you do?
I think Gemma would just I think she would stay there just like in this spot for just a second and kind of close her eyes, wipe away the tears, and have this like big sigh that's like frustrated and a little bit defiant. And then this like mask settles in that she wears all the time now. This like, porcelain mask that is unmoving. She doesn't look back at the place where she saw the incorporeal Lilith sitting down. Um, she'll just walk outside.
Okay. And as you come back out, we see Charlie and Joy talking with Coco. So have y'all come to a decision? Would you like me to introduce you to Professor Kramer?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Yeah, let's go talk to this guy that sees magic.
Okay. She kind of looks at you, because kind of defeated, and it's like, y- y'all want to take my car, or?
Can I tell that Gemma's wearing a mask? Can I tell that something happened?
Give
Because I'm
me.
looking.
I'm gonna say give me a contested. Uh. So it's gonna be your mark versus her medal.
Okay.
My medal?
Yeah, the stat determines not just how hard you are physically, but how hard you are emotionally.
Okay.
So
Can I-
it's going to be
I
Mark
believe
versus
in
medal.
magic. I believe in magic. Can I try and use magic to help me?
Yeah. What form do you think that takes?
I think that takes the form of like it's almost green magic now that we are outside that is going down, and I'm going to try and like just send these tendrils of magic up through Gemma's feet and try and sense her pulse and see if her pulse has quickened.
Okay. So yeah, so give me your mark plus magic, and then give me your medal there, Gemma.
Mark plus magic is 11.
11. All right. And how are we doing on our medal?
What?
1.
Yes, metal is one of my D4s, and I rolled a 1.
So I love you to tell us.
Me?
There's the mask that you have on, this like stone face, kind of keeping everybody at a arm's length. What does she feel from looking at you and feeling your heart beat through the ground?
I think oof. I think that she feels a broken heart. I think that's something that you could never mask truly, especially if you're gonna, send tendrils of magic to view my heart. I think that I think it's a broken heart. Very, very obviously.
So Joy, you feel like a transference almost of emotion. You don't even realize what's happening. Because this is still pretty instinctual. You're like
Mm-hmm.
looking at her, like worrying about her because she seems to be very on edge. And as you look at her, you feel like this like soft pulse of magic. Um, and starting at your feet and moving up through you, you feel this wave of heartbrokenness, and you realize that it's her heart that you feel shattered. And you don't even realize it until like you touch your face and realize that like you're crying as y'all are like walking to the car, as you're feeling what she's feeling.
I think it echoes, That's like one of those echo chambers where it goes in and it just doubles and doubles and doubles. And I think that Joy originally sent that out to try and determine if any of the apparent hostility was real. And I think that getting this back, Joy's opinion has changed completely. I think it's 180'd. And I think it's so sorrowful.
Charlie, could you please also give me a mark check?
Certainly.
You're not even like trying. So it's gonna be a little bit higher. Sorry, you rolled a 1. I guess it's gonna be pretty easy no matter what. So, beat a 1.
Did you get a 1?
It's a 2.
Ooh! Just barely.
Okay. As you're walking, I think the connection of the two of them, like this emotional transference that's happening, kind of rebounds and hits you too, and you feel Gemma's heart breaking. I think you also feel Joy. What's under your mask?
Fear.
You feel that
I think that there's
fear.
Fear.
Fear of what?
It's this like equal measure of fear and desire for things that are new.
Okay.
So of not being joy, it's fear.
Yeah. You feel that too, and you feel that as well, Gemma. All of a sudden, you feel like the emotions of joy. You recognize it, like it's coming from that direction. Like you feel her fear. What's under your mask, Charlie?
It's a kind of fear as well, but this fear is more of the mask is so careful, and there are more than one of them. She's
Yeah.
a different person with her friends. She's a different person at school. She's a different person at home. And all of that is in service of keeping everyone around her happy enough not to investigate her too closely. Because if they do, they might actually see her and then they might reject her.
Yeah. The three of you begin to feel each other's like emotions, what's under the surface. You can't put it into words, like you all just explained to us what those feelings are, but it's not like you're hearing those words. You're like experiencing those emotions, what it feels like to be in that person's shoes emotionally. It's a weird feeling. Yes. What's
You
up?
said the thing.
What I do?
It's
No, I
Oh,
think she was
it's a weird feeling.
it's a
a
weird feeling.
weird
Yes. Take a shot.
feeling.
Take a shot. um. And you feel this as you all make your way to the university. Your mother, by the way, has been texting you, Charlie. Uh, where are you? Where are you? Uh, your father is so embarrassed. I can't believe you leave in the middle of your grandmother's dedication. Do you not care about this family at all? Just like text after text after text.
Yeah. I think I just ooh, I don't know what I do. Um, I kind of freeze up a little bit because I really want to go talk to this professor, but I also know that this is what happens when I'm gone for 5 minutes. You don't
Mm-hmm.
want to know what happens when I'm gone for 2 hours, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, so I think I'm gonna say, guys, I have to check in with my family before I go anywhere.
Can I grab her hand?
Yes. What do you do when you grab
So
her hand?
I'm gonna grab her hand and I'm just gonna look at her and say, something is happening. I don't know what it is. That was terrifying. We need answers.
Yeah.
They'll be okay.
Okay.
Does that
Um,
change what you do at all, you think? Or has the possibility to? We can let a die adjudicate it, if you'd like.
yeah, I think it's really hard for her to imagine letting this situation get worse because she's usually pretty good at staying on top of it. Like her mother gets this, like I said, this is 5 minutes of her being gone. Like her mother gets this way very easily. Um, and she's rarely let it get beyond this because she doesn't want to know what that means.
Yeah. I'd like you to roll a metal check, mettle,
Okay.
for those of you wondering. And I'm going to say, because she's holding your hand, I'm going to say roll with magic. I am also going to say, uh, Joy, roll your magic die as well, as your magic just kind of instinctually intermingles with Charlie's.
So
So if
So,
she
rolling magnetism?
so if
uh,
Sadie like gets above the DC, then they like don't automatically go to their family.
well, we'll see what happens. I'm
Okay.
actually gonna let Sadie adjudicate what happens as a result of this. Um,
Yeah.
uh, so give me your metal plus magic.
Mhm.
What is that? The DC is going to be a 10 on this.
Ooh, my metal die blew up, and my
Okay.
magic die blew up. Oh
Yeah.
my God, double blow
Oh,
up.
Blah blow up.
So that's a total of
get
10
out that
so far. So my
D6.
magic die is up to a D6.
Oh, 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 oh.
Those two again. Okay, so that is a total of 15.
15
I got a
plus
3.
3, 17. So I think a pretty significant amount of magic just kind of happened in this moment. Uh, it is an affirming magic. It is kind of like this is more inner strength, inner magic happening right now. I'd love to know what you think just happened when she grabbed your hand and said this to you.
Think I think I've really never I the w- some of the people who I have been the most guarded around are my friends' parents, because I don't, one, I'm aware that if they knew certain things about me, they might think I was a bad influence on their kids and probably wouldn't let me hang out with them anymore. And two, because of my relationship with my parents, I don't assume that any of them are going to care enough to like actually see me or hear me. And I think in this moment, I see my friend's mom, who I've seen 1,000 times, but who I've never really like looked at because I've always been so worried about how I present that I've never really seen her. And it's the first time that I'm seeing her pain and she's seeing we're seeing the fear in each other, and we're seeing the kind of, because we both are very kind of trapped. We're both kind of stuck in our situations and we really don't know how to find our way out. And I think she sees in this person not just a parent who actually gives a shit about whether or not I'm happy, like not just whether or not I'm successful or whether or not I'm whatever, but actually happy.
Yeah.
And actually understands a little bit of what I'm feeling. It's like a little bit of a break in the clouds. It's a little bit of a like, oh my God, there are people who might actually care about me and my happiness and might actually get what I'm going through. And that's like truly something that I think has never occurred to her.
Okay.
I mean, Joy, after the emotions went around, I think there is that recognition of the facade. And I think that Joy's feeling feeling Gemma's heartbreak, which she can relate to, and feeling Charlie's fear that she can relate to. I think in that moment, as someone who is accustomed to looking out for kids and like paying attention to the people around her and like doing those things, I think in that moment she was determined that neither of you would get left behind. That like this was whatever put the three of us in this situation, Joy is only moving forward after doing her very, very best to convince you to also seek out whatever sort of healing or whatever sort of repair there is. I mean, finding out you're not the only person going through those horrible nightmares.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you go back or do you go with them?
I think I take a very deep breath. I quell a stomach ache and I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I say, okay, let's go.
We're going to fast forward a bit to Maine, Westwicke. You reach Professor Kramer's office. It's kind of cluttered and shabby, overstuffed bookcases lined the walls, crammed with books on folklore and symbology and occult theory and comparative religions and all sorts of things. Pair of mismatched chairs sits in front of his desk for students to come sit in when he's doing office hours. His desk itself, this big dark walnut desk, is littered with annotated papers, even more books, empty teacups. The lighting is kind of warm but dim, mostly by desk lamps and a small floor lamp, stained glass in the corner that kind of flickers occasionally. You see him pouring over stuff as he sees you come in. Oh, hi. Coco, you brought friends. How can I help you all?
Hi, Professor Kramer.
We understand that you see things that other people don't. Is that true?
Yeah. Have you experienced magic?
Sorry, I think that Gemma is reeling from him, just readily being like, yeah, I totally
Yeah.
see magic.
Uh-huh. Oh, you heard? Yeah.
Sorry, I was not expecting you to just like come out and say that. Yeah, I guess. Look at the other two. Yeah, I guess, we
Seems
just
like
Seems
that.
like it. Yeah.
started seeing that. I don't know. Like, I guess today, but maybe before, I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
Maybe my whole life.
I think we've been having the same dream for like a year.
Yeah, there's that too.
You've been having the same dreams. Oh my. Okay. Uh and okay, so you're seeing magic. Have you exhibited any displays of like magic or power of any sort?
Yup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I climbed. I didn't climb. I like flew. I scurried onto a bookcase is the best way I
No,
can
you
think to put
flew.
it. I
You
flew?
flew very quickly. Yes, I think you
flew.
flew. Yeah.
Or I jumped real fast. I don't know. I did something and I got up on the bookcase real fast in a way that I'm not a gymnast. It doesn't seem. I mean, I'm not. I don't look at me. Like, that's
Coco
not.
Coco pipes in, and yeah, no, Miss Congeniality over here like created some like magic handcuffs or something on me.
You
Oh,
what?
okay. He's like okay. He's like furiously like scribbling down notes like what? Oh, okay. Wow. And you, Miss,
Hi, I'm Joy.
hi, Joy.
Hi. Yeah. Yeah. So I took a chair and I created some sort of boulder vine and I grabbed some sort of claw that was going through a rift and I jammed it back through the rift and the rift closed.
a rift.
It was like,
And
yeah.
you're all having dreams.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
rift was not a dream. It just happened.
Yeah, no, that was real. And
Yeah.
everyone else froze, and there was like a rip in the world in reality. I don't. It looked like something out of the sci-fi movie.
We were the only four that saw it. Nobody else
Yeah.
noticed.
Question:
Yeah.
did the three of you know each other before this or meet each other? Was there ever any other moment where the three of you were together where something strange happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Would it have been almost exactly a year ago?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So first of all, I know this must be scary. So first of all, let me just say, you're not crazy.
Okay.
I believe from what you've told me, he's like rifling through books as he's talking. From what you've told me, it sounds like the three of you are some form of wayward, and they're like looking through books. My best guess is that he finds the book that he wants, pulls it out, puts it down on the desk. Is that you are witches, and you see this big, large, old, like dusty leather book that says Hecate on it.
I'm sorry.
Witches?
Excuse me? What did you say?
I believe that the three of you are witches. It sounds like so. I mean, I should explain that magic often manifests through like emotional experience, through change, through heartbreak, through like emotional states, and it sounds like the three of you are experiencing what this book calls the witching.
Of course we are. Of course we
Sure.
are. Sure. Great. What's the witching?
It is the process of stepping into your natural power.
Natural.
I'm so sorry. This sounds fucking dumb. This sounds so fucking dumb. Cool. We're witches, and we are coming into our powers.
I
Uh,
do not feel like a witch for what it's worth. I don't know what happened, but I don't feel like I don't know what being a witch would feel like, but I don't feel like a witch. I think I'm a local mom. I'm a librarian. I don't. It's been a strange day, and I was hoping that you could say maybe what was happening so that we could fix it, or I don't want to dream anymore or have the rifts anymore. I'm so sorry. I don't know that I'm comfortable being a witch in my
Yeah.
head. I don't.
Do you have a solution for that?
uh, complete the trial that you're going through. The
Trial?
he opens the book. He turns to a page. You see an illustration on it, and you see three women, their faces obscured by veils, standing beneath a full moon. In 1 week, we will be experiencing a full moon. We'll be actually experiencing a super moon that is also known as the witching moon. You are, as I said, stepping into your power. The rift that you saw, the creature, you said you've been seeing a creature, right?
Yeah. It's like a
Something. We've been hearing
Something
it.
with
it's got
claws,
claws.
Yeah.
and it rips
So,
me apart every night.
and I'm sure you're going to tell me that that's fucking dumb again, but you're actually creating that? Each of you?
Oh, got it.
Oh
Mhm.
God.
It is a
My fault.
well, it is a physical manifestation of your trauma and your pain and all the things that you can't admit to yourself.
According to who?
Uh,
Just out of
according,
curiosity.
according to the research that I've done on witches, it's my best guess.
Okay. Great.
And as tonight is the crescent moon, today is the day of your first trial, which is the conquering of trauma.
So what, we go to therapy? What, I don't.
I'm
I
already
ass-
in therapy.
I assume that when you wake up, you're somewhere specific
Forest?
Yeah.
in the forest.
My neighbor's garden.
Oh, like when we wake up
Well,
from the dream?
Yeah.
Or when we're in the dream?
in the dream, where are you?
A forest.
Oh,
Forest.
the
You're-
forest.
You're being called to the forest to complete your trial.
What happens if we don't do anything?
Yeah.
What
That's
happens
actually a
if we
great-
just
That's actually
Go
a great
home.
question.
Well, I mean, your power is going to continue to grow inside of you, and if you don't get right with yourself, your trauma will consume you in a dark fire, and you'll probably die.
Okay. I think that bears considering. Did we do the trial already? Just out of like that, us dealing with that beast in the middle of the library, was that it? Or is it something else?
The what you've been experiencing thus far are precursors.
Cool. So we need to go to the woods.
I mean, my suggestion would be to go to where you have been called. And it seems like it's the forest is clearly calling out to you. It senses that you're out of balance. The three of you.
Okay. Okay.
Some perhaps worse than others.
Thank you. Thank you for your advice. Is there anything else you have to tell us before? I think we need to talk about this. I think that this is a lot. So I think we need to talk about this a little bit. Is there anything else that you want to tell us or any information we could give you?
I mean, there's a ton of information I could give you, but I think the most pressing thing is that you all figure out how to face your trauma so that you make it to tomorrow.
But how do we get to the forest if I've only been there in my dreams? How do I know?
Oh, so above the table, there's a nearby forest, the Hazelcrest Forest. That's where you've the sleepwalking. You end up there a lot. Sometimes you end up back closer to where you are. Sometimes not. But you do know the forest that you have been seeing.
So it's a familiar forest. It's not
Yes.
like a completely I misunderstood that. Okay. So we just go to the forest? I mean, I don't.
In fact, I'll also say that you even have an idea of the clearing because you saw it, the bonfire in the clearing. You're pretty sure you know exactly where you should go.
Okay. Okay. I think I know where we need to go, but is there anything we can do to prepare? I feel like we're coming into this so blind and we only just found out that these dreams are even real.
I mean, it's a pretty personal thing for a person to experience a witching. I guess the only advice I could really give you, because it manifests differently for each person, it's actually quite interesting that the three of you are experiencing pretty much the same thing. I need to do some research on why that could be. But if I were to give you some advice, it would be this is going to sound really cheesy and stupid again, but believe in yourselves. That you are more than you are more, and you are worth more than what you think. Do you experience doubt? Do you experience regret, pain? Have you closed parts of yourselves off? He looks at you specifically when he says that, Gemma.
I'm not looking at him, so I don't notice.
If you don't figure out how to get out of your own way, then you're just going to consume yourself. You're going to twist up your magic, and you're going to go nuclear.
Can I get a sense if this person is telling the truth? Is this just
give me
a crackpot?
Give me a mark check.
Okay. Can I use my magic like I did last time?
Or
are we inside?
I mean, you can try it.
Okay.
We'll say it's pretty low. He's not really trying to hide anything from you, so it's pretty low. I'll say it's 6.
Okay, that's a 12.
He is 100% serious, and he's 100% serious about that. He's 100% serious about y'all need to realize how powerful you are. Like, he's really trying to stress that to you.
Okay. Okay. Guess we should go to the forest.
Do you intend to bring anything with you? Like, let's take, like, a few minutes for the three of you to kind of come up with your plan on what you intend to do. You know that this is a physical manifestation, and you know that it's calling you to the forest. How do you want to prepare for this?
Are we supposed to kill it?
I don't think you can kill trauma. Can you kill it?
I don't know.
Are you having this conversation in front of the professor, or are you leaving and figuring out your plan at this point? Or do you want to plan it with the professor if he is amenable to that?
I think we're still. I think that Gemma is still in the room. I think that the three of us are all still in the room with the professor. I think that question that Gemma just asked was not addressed specifically to the professor.
Then he's just gonna sit there and wait for y'all to say something to him. And
okay.
I can grab my brother's baseball bat from home, I guess.
I think, I found most of the times when I got away in the dream, it's because I grabbed a branch or something heavy off the ground.
Yeah.
So I can, on the way, I'll just look for something to use as a club. Although, again, I'm not entirely sure that, do we have to, sir, do we have to fight it? Is this a battle?
So, like I said, witching trials are extremely personal. Like, I know what the trial is, but
Sure.
how you face your trauma is usually kept a secret. It's different for every person. I do know that. But, I think I do agree with you that I don't know that you can kill trauma.
Well, I'll get a stick anyway. That thing with the claws comes back. I want to have something on hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab one of my little brother's baseball bats.
Gemma, this is wild, but if we go to the woods and there's nothing there, if this is nothing, then there'll be nothing in the woods.
It doesn't feel right to bring a weapon for me. Do what you want, I guess, but I don't think I could bring a weapon.
Okay.
And try to fight and kill something.
Okay.
So we'll just go, I guess.
So is that unanimous? Y'all are gonna go?
Do it.
I think so.
So you gather up your things. The professor wishes you best of luck and really hopes to see you tomorrow. You grab the bat. You grab a branch on the way. You grab sleeping bags, and you head out into the forest into the night. You wait until evening, kind of head out. You head out into the forest. You sit there. Hour goes by. 2 hours, 3 hours, nothing's happening. You're just like, this is fucking bullshit. Like, what the hell?
Are we all
Er,
together?
yeah, you're all kind of together and sitting there in the clearing that Charlie mentioned. Um, you,
Do we start a fire?
yeah, you can start a fire. Um, you sit around the fire. Anything that y'all say to each other while you're around the fire?
I think Gemma would probably be intentionally pretty quiet.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be saying a whole lot. I'm gonna be on alert and watching. Um,
Well, nothing is happening, right? You've been waiting 3 hours. Nothing is happening. So y'all are just sitting there, just kind of in silence,
Okay.
looking at the fire, just kind of waiting and waiting and waiting. Nothing seems to be happening.
okay.
And
think I'll
Buck says
say,
he was bullshitting.
it's not every day that someone tells you that you're witching or whatever. It's a hard sell. I mean, the worst is it's a wasted evening, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
what happened in the library? What was that?
What do you mean?
Well, it wasn't a hallucination, was it? Like we all saw that. Like this is wild. Sitting in the woods it makes no sense. What this guy said makes no sense. What
Yeah,
the
No,
I
room in
mean,
the library didn't make sense either.
did anybody like actually touch it? I didn't touch it, and it didn't touch me, or at least I don't think it did.
no, I dodged it. I didn't touch it.
Yeah, I dodged it too.
I wrestled with it. It was very, very strong.
Oh, okay. So you kind of touched it then.
Yeah,
So it
it
was
felt
real.
real.
Here's the thing. I don't know Professor Kramer, but I trust Coco. She's one of the smartest and most capable people I know.
Okay.
So if she trusts him, I don't know if he's right about what's going on with us, but I think he might be our best lead.
The
The
professor?
other thing is everyone was frozen.
I know.
Yeah, that was weird.
Very weird. But Coco said something about most people can't see it. Only Waywards can, whatever that means.
Yeah.
That's got to
So,
be magic or something. I mean, it's bigger than
yeah,
color blindness, right?
I wonder if people who aren't like us just it gets filtered out for them. Or
Or if like they're just constantly like in a suspended state of time and they just don't realize it.
maybe.
Maybe.
They're taken out of time, or we're taken out of time.
Did anybody get hurt? It was only coming after us, it seemed like, so I guess not. And they would
I'm
have
surprised those
noticed.
books didn't hit people though.
Yeah.
Why
As
didn't
the
the books hit people?
as the three of you talk, you hear the wind kind of like passing through the trees, and it reminds the three of you of. I'll ask you, Charlie. It reminds you of a tune that Lilith would hum absent-mindedly. Your dad also hums it. What would that tune be? What would be like a tune of Lilith's that she loved?
Um, I think when she came to the US with her teeny tiny children, um, she her like respite for herself was like novelty radio. So I think she really likes those like weird old novelty songs. And she probably loves Lansy Dotes and Dozy Dotes and little Lansy Divey, Diddly Divey too, wouldn't you?
Um,
Lansy Dotes and Dozy Dotes and little Lansy Divey, Diddly Divey too, wouldn't you?
so it's almost like you hear that on the wind, like whistling through the trees. You know this because like you know your grandma used to sing it, and your dad kind of hums it absentmindedly himself because he heard it his whole life growing up. Gemma, you remember Lilith often singing this, so it kind of reminds you of it as well. And Joy at the library that you worked at when you first started there, and Lilith was still there. She would sing that while she was putting books back on the shelves. And it's kind of like this, almost like this weird shared memory between the three of you, as you hear that passing through the trees.
Like that weird old song.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
It makes me think of Lilith.
Yeah, she loved that one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Does anyone else feel like she would not be weirded out by any of this?
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
I didn't know my grandmother as well as I wish I had.
She was very funny. And she was very brave.
Yeah.
She said that she was psychic from
She
birth.
did. That's right. Yes.
She told me that,
you
but
know-
honestly, I thought she was just messing with me.
I mean, I think
I think
everybody
she-
did, but given today.
I think she probably was, but maybe it was true too.
I don't know. I think it was the day she died.
Yeah.
And all of us knew her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Diddly divey do, wouldn't you?
I'd like all three of you to roll me a mind check, please.
5.
Okay. I think, like, even though, like, you know, maybe that song kind of, like, made you kind of soften just for a moment, like, I think your shield's kind of gone back up, you know? And I think you're not really thinking about anything right now. I think you're probably trying to stuff those nice thoughts back down, you know, behind the mask. What about Joy?
I rolled a 12 on a d12, so it explodes.
Okay.
And another 12 on a d12, so it explodes again.
Wow.
And a 4, so that's 28.
Wow. Okay. And Charlie.
I rolled. It's my D6. I rolled a 4, used 2 to blow it up, used 2 motes to blow it up, and then rolled a 5, and then used 1 mote to blow it up, and then rolled a 3. So that is 15.
15.
I've been gathering up all these motes. I gotta use them.
For Charlie and Joy, something like shatters in your mind, a mental block shatters in your mind. And you remember something else about a year ago. There was a woman, an older woman, beautiful, silver hair, British accent, by the name of Winifred. She took you to that bar, Charlie, and Joy. You remember, like, conversing with her.
Mm-hmm.
I'd never been to a bar before that day, and then
Yeah, why were you at that bar? How did you even get into that bar?
who was that woman? Do you remember the
I was-
older woman?
Yeah, the silver hair, Winifred, right?
Do I remember her when they start talking about her?
It's It's scratching at something in your brain, but you're not quite sure. The dam hasn't broken yet.
Who?
She was that older woman. She took me to Two Shot. I got out of school and I was gonna go home, but then she said she was a friend of my grandma's. And then she took me to Two Shot.
Took you to a bar?
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know.
I saw her. She was still in high school. You said that you were drinking a Shirley Temple, I remember. You remember?
That's helping jog your memory a bit there, Gemma. You're like, oh yeah, that's right. Like the day that y'all all were together that year ago was at that bar, and yeah, it's weird that Charlie was in there because she was too young, and now
Yeah.
you're starting to
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still too young, but I'm in college now, so you know.
Do I
Didn't she-
remember do I remember the conversation that I had with her earlier that day?
Roll a mind check to see if you can remember now that you're like actively thinking about it. DC is going to be 6.
Okay, well it's a 12, so it explodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then a 2, so a 14.
14. She was at the retirement home.
Oh my God. Wait. That weird, sketchy lady that she came to the retirement home and she was like arriving right as I was leaving Lilith for the day. Like I was getting ready to go home and she was
So
there.
she visited her.
She visited Lilith. That day that she died, she visited her in hospice in the retirement home.
The other thing you remember at that moment, and you also remember this too, Joe. Actually, you remember it first because you rolled like crazy high. The only thing that's different about how you remember it now that it's clear, you also realize that that woman was incorporeal. You didn't notice it at the time, but she was see-through. Like the light would hit her and like it would pass through her.
What the fuck?
Don't know why I didn't.
And then you realize that she never actually drank anything. She'd order something, but she never actually drank anything. And then you start to remember, Charlie, that you weren't in a... It's not how you remember it. You weren't in a car with her. You were on your bike, and she was floating next to you.
I could have sworn I got into a car with her, but I don't think I did.
So, like, the memories are just about the same, but just, like, a little bit different than what happened in your session 0.
Yeah.
Was she a ghost?
As you say that, a stronger wind blows through the clearing, and hard enough that the fire that y'all started has gone out, and it's like eerily dark now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
The wind blows again, and you see a path open up that you could have sworn was not there before. It is strewn with these large, beautiful, bright orange leaves that kind of like show a path.
That's lovely.
I think we're supposed to go that way.
here before.
You've been here before?
Wait, you've been here before?
No, I'm saying that path wasn't there a second ago.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, I've been here before, but only like
No,
not.
I know. I thought you meant on the path, but yeah, no, it wasn't there. I think we're supposed to go down it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it seems strangely inviting.
Let's go.
Let's go.
The three of you begin to walk down the path. You instinctually begin to feel that this must be like the term that comes to your mind is the witch's path, which is legally distinct from Agatha all along.
Up the path.
Yes. As you begin walking, suddenly the trees begin to shudder around you. And they begin to come together behind you. They're closing quickly behind you, trying to swallow you up. You begin
Fuck.
You start to pick up the pace and run. What do you do to try and to try and escape this?
I think that my first instinct is that I need to be faster. I'm too slow. I need to have more speed somehow. And I think that ends up unintentionally manifesting as magic, as like wind coming out in like picking up like behind me and like carrying my steps underneath me.
Okay, maneuver plus magic, please. Okay. This is going to be something you've never done before. It's just to you. This is going to be a difficulty of 9.
9. Okay, I have a D12 for maneuver and a D6 for magic. Don't roll like shit. Okay, cool. I blew up on my magic dice.
Boom!
I blew up on my magic dice, so I got a 2 on maneuver. I got a 2 on maneuver and a 6, so I'm at 8 right now. What'd you set it for? 9?
9.
Okay, let me just. I will succeed, but let me see by how much.
Get that
okay,
D8,
that's a 3.
babe.
That's a 3.
A 3, so total of
11.
Amazing. Y'all see Gemma. Gemma sees it first and starts to run. And suddenly, as Gemma starts to run, you see like her footsteps coming lighter and lighter until she starts like lifting up off of the ground. Like every step, like is like she's like jumping. Like the like gravity is lessening, but it's not. It's wind sweeping her up. You see swirls of leaves in her path as she begins to jump. And eventually, like you realize that you are like flying just like a foot or two above the ground, but moving faster than humanly possible. And there's like a stream of leaves in your wake. Charlie, what do you do?
I think I want to do something similar to what I was doing before when I jumped up, when I kind of slid it up onto the bookcase. I want to kind of try to dart around and try to see if like if it's actually aiming for us. I want to confuse it. So I want to both try and run away, but also try and confuse it so that it doesn't know where we're going.
Yeah. That's gonna let's. I feel like that's almost like the confusion thing makes me think mind would be a more appropriate role for this. So I think mind plus magic for this.
Okay.
Difficulty is going to be.
I was hoping it would be maneuver, but that's fine.
No, and the difficulty is going to be 10.
We'll have some motes left, so even if I don't roll super well, I can maybe get there. Nope, I can't get there. It's a 5, and I only have 3 motes.
You see Charlie begin to like blur like she's about to like flit again, like you saw at the library. But then I think you start to doubt yourself. You're like, I can't do this. I'm not good enough. I can't. You start to hear all those like needling things in your head that you're always down on yourself for. You hear your mother's voice in your head like, what are you doing? You should be home taking care of your family. All that starts to come back. And you see Charlie begin to get batted around by the trees as they're closing in. Like you're running, you're still like managing to like sort of keep up with them, but you're getting like hit by the trees and like knocked back and forth. Take one mangle, please. Joy, what do you do?
I think I would start off by running, but as it's picking up speed and it's clear that like just normal running is not going to work, I'm going to look at the other two. I'm going to watch what happens to Charlie. and I'm going to turn around and snatch up another long stick, and I'm going to turn around and set them into the ground, and I'm going to try and use my magic to create some sort of barrier from the oncoming closing, the trees closing in, either so that it like goes all the way up and stops, or so that it arcs over so that there's some sort of protection.
Yeah. Okay. I think this is going to be this is like physical like matter. So I think this is going to be I think this is literally going to be matter. Like matter plus magic.
All right. Ooh.
Difficulty is for that. You've actually done stuff with branches before. So this is a little bit easier. This is going to be an 8 for you.
That is a 5.
5.
Oh, no, wait. Hold on. I rolled the wrong ones. Sorry, I've done this before. Can I re-roll?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, you
Okay,
said you rolled the wrong size die.
I rolled the wrong die. I rolled a d20 because I was holding it for metal. And then when it changed to matter, I changed out the magic die. Yeah.
Okay,
instead
go
ahead. Okay, sorry about that.
No, you're okay.
Oh, that is a 2 on the matter, but that is a 6 on the magic, so it explodes.
Okay, so roll that again.
All right, up to
And it's an 8.
Yeah. And another 2. So
10.
10.
So you take these 2 branches, you slam them down, you see them begin to grow and widen and become trees themselves that are like holding back the tide, and you're finally able to like stop the growth from happening. Y'all turn around, you see that you're in another like small clearing that you step into. In that clearing, you begin to hear the thing you've heard so often over the last year. You begin to hear the low growl coming from all around you. And you see, step out into the clearing, 3 large shadow beasts that merge together. Your traumas merge together to create one giant 3-headed shadow beast, snarling, jaws snapping at you.
Ugh.
And the battle begins.
Yeah.
What do you do? Who goes first?
Oh man.
I'll have my fucking baseball bat. Batter up.
I've done this before, so I'm gonna run forward with the branch and try and see if I can hold it in place. See if I can wrap the vines around it and just keep it from advancing.
Okay, I heard the bat first, so let's do the melee plus magic first.
My melee is not good, but we'll see.
Difficulty is going to be, I think it's going to be a 10.
I'm going to spend 1 mote to blow up my.
Oh, did you take your motes for that failure in the with the trees?
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, so you should have 2 more motes.
So okay, so I'm spending 1 mote to blow up my D4, which is my melee die. So far I have 5. That blew up again, so that's 9.
Woo! Okay.
11. What was the DC?
10.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Well, then.
So, what happens as you swing on this thing? Like, what trauma do you think comes to the surface? Like, what physical manifestation of trauma do you see come to the surface before you hit this thing?
I think the first thing I see is just my mother just disapproving of absolutely everything I could possibly do. There's just no the thing is, like, I know how to keep her from ripping me to shreds most of the time, but I've never made her happy or proud. Like, nothing I've ever done has actually satisfied her. So
Yeah.
I see her just dissatisfied, bitter face.
Yeah.
And
And then and you swing into that, right? And you see that illusion shatter. And as you hit it, you see the tendrils like kind of open up for a second, and you see a little bit of light inside for a second as it closes back up.
Huh.
Joy.
Mm-hmm.
You were going to try and create those, use your magic to make those vines come up again. The
Yeah,
vines
and
and
shove
branches
it
on
back.
that? And shove it back. Okay. Um. Give me. Yeah. Give me metal and magic for that.
Okay. That is 22.
22. That's huge. Yeah. So we start to see. Tell me what we see. Tell me what we see as you start wielding this magic.
She's actually gonna pick up the branch that she found, and it kind of looks dead, but on the inside it's green.
ooh.
And she is going to pick it up and almost throw it forward as hard as she can. And the moment it hits, vines are going to come shooting out of it and wrap as much of the creature as she can. And she's literally going to be using this to try and just like push it back a step. Like she can't see a rift, she can't see anything. She's just moving it back.
Yeah. So y'all see this like branch start to like expand and like and physically like push this monster back. You see the jaws kind of snarling and snapping, trying to get around the branches. What do you do, Gemma?
I've been sitting here thinking about what Gemma would do. I think that my I think that there's so many like thoughts going on in Gemma's brain right now. Like there isn't like a clear line of focus like there seems to be with Joy and with Charlie. That like Gemma, who was like trained as a nurse and trained to do no harm, and is like even to her own like manifestation of her trauma, apparently, said some professor guy, um, doesn't want to like do harm to this creature, but is also like, I can't escape this. I don't know how to solve the puzzle. And I feel like that's probably like the first time that she's ever like felt that way before. Like we've talked about her being like, you know, the prodigy child, the child that did everything correctly and like did everything you're supposed to and was like really, really good at it. And I feel like this is the first time that she doesn't know how to solve the puzzle. And I think that the final like determination that she comes to is that she needs to like observe it a little bit more. She doesn't know what this is. She doesn't believe that it's a manifestation of her own trauma, and I need to understand it better before I know how to act. So I think
as you're looking at it, the middle face, so the left face turned into your mom, Charlie. The middle face actually turns into a younger version of you, Gemma. And it's just like, what have you done with our life? You've wasted it. Like, what's even the point? You might as well just give up. And the other two, like, y'all hear this. You hear it saying this at her. Because you have not acted, I need you to roll your metal to see if this thing is like breaking you like emotionally.
Yeah.
This is gonna be and this is gonna be pretty tough. This is gonna be I think it's gonna be a difficulty of 11.
Oof. I need to explode twice. Okay, here we go. That's 1.
Okay.
That's a 4.
Okay.
And that's a 3, so that's a 7.
You will take a moat for failing.
Yeah.
We fail up here.
Do you have any modes already?
I had 2.
So you can spend one to blow it up again.
That's true. I could do that. Is it too late for me to choose to do that, Maui?
Go ahead.
Okay. So that was 8, and then I'll roll one more time. I'm gonna put my moat counter down to.
Y'all can
1.
also give her a moat if she needs.
Let's
I
see
was
what I
just
roll.
about to ask that too because I have some.
But the cost is 2 to 1, right? So to give her 1 moat, it costs 2 unless you have the strength that says otherwise.
I get 2 every time I fail, so.
That's another 4, so that's 12.
Okay.
And that's a 2, so that's 14.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll magic with that, by the way?
I could roll magic, sure.
Why don't you roll magic with that? Give me a magic roll with that as well.
It's a 1 on the magic die.
1. So total of
15.
15.
Oh wait. Yeah, 15.
You feel as you hear like your trauma kind of like belittling you and like demeaning you and minimizing you. You feel Lilith's presence, and you feel a warmth coming from the handkerchief in your pocket. You put your hand in there, and then you remember seeing her in the library. You remember the words she said to you, and then you look to your side and you see these 2 women fighting along your side, not running from your trauma. They're seeing like the ugly parts of you, and they're still here, and they're fighting it with you, and almost like a sisterhood, something you've never really had besides with Lilith. And here these people don't even know you, and they're fighting alongside of you, fighting next to you. What do you think happens as this magic begins to like well up inside of you?
I think that Gemma starts to think of this magic as maybe like a life force. And I think that she still doesn't know what to do about her own trauma and her own part of this monster, but recognizes that these women haven't left and that they need help right now too. So I would love to take some of my life force, some of my magic, and transfer it to them.
Okay. So you feel that warmth, you hear Lilith, and then you feel this magic well up into you, and then your life force begins to like flow into them. The 3 of you kind of connect in this moment, and the 3 of you begin to glow, and you hear a tone, like a musical tone. First one, and you and all 3 of you know like that's Gemma, and then you hear another tone. Like Gemma's tone is like resolute and firm, and then you hear another tone like lighter and a little bit like freer, and that's Charlie, and then you hear a heavier tone, one that like evokes like thoughts of like wisdom, and that's Joy. And these 3 notes form a chord. Joy, as you're holding this thing back, you see the 3rd head become that of your husband. And he's just like, who's gonna love you? Like, you're stuck. You're used up. You're invisible. Nobody wants you. Like, you hear this, like, you're just a mom, and that's almost over. Without that, who are you? What do you do?
I think for just a second I lose a step.
You feel it like
I
push,
fall
and
back.
you feel like yourself like falling back on a foot as it pushes you back a little bit.
And then I'm going to turn around and try and whip one of the vines into his mouth and see if I can wrap around it and pull out his tongue.
Yeah. I'd like you to roll melee plus magic. With the cord that's happening right now, you also get to add a +3 to your roll.
Okay.
So whatever you finish with, add 3 on top of that.
Sisters.
Oh, that's cruddy. Oh no.
But add 3 to it. But
Yeah,
add 3.
whatever you have, add 3
It's
to it.
still cruddy.
And
That's
remember-
I
8.
have notes. What do you need? How many?
Remember,
What do you
yeah.
need?
I can't get
Oh,
close.
I should tell you that the difficulty is 12 at this point.
Where are you? Where
So
were you at?
so
I
where
would
are
need
you at?
I'm at 8.
I can give
So
you
I
2.
need- I don't have any.
No,
But
but I can give you 4 motes, which will equal 2, so I can
And-
get you halfway there.
And will that blow up one of those die?
No, because I've got a D20 and a D8, and I rolled a 2 and a 3. I'm not even
Okay.
close.
Okay.
Damn.
So
Fuck.
as you hear this and you fall back and you try and like kind of push back against it, you're like, no, I'm not gonna believe this. And then you see all those lonely nights, and you see the face of that person that you like that you just can't work up the courage to talk to, the lady from Two Shot. And you start to feel like you start to hear the kids asking you for things, and mom, do this, mom, do that. And like you're beholden to everyone else but yourself. And your branch begins to splinter and break as the beast breaks through and like grabs your arm, bites into you, shakes you, and throws you. You fly across the clearing, you hit a tree and crumple down. You take 1 mangle, please.
Ooh.
But you still hear the cord, and you still feel your sisters there with you.
Okay.
Charlie, what do you do?
Well, and I do. I think I see. I think I see what happened to Joy, and I know that I can't, because we've been seeing our specific, very personal, very private trauma in this thing. I know that me hitting her trauma isn't gonna fix it. So I think I want to reach out and try and add to the sort of web of support that Gemma has started for all of us and see if I can help Joy.
Okay.
I don't know what that means, but
I'm going to say that's going to take the form of the help action.
okay.
Let me pull that up real quick. I should have had that ready. I
Oh,
forgot
that
to add
worked,
that
yeah.
to my GM screen here. So just give me a second to pull up the book, and I'll tell you exactly what to do for that.
What happened, Chrissy?
I said thank you. That was really hard.
Of course. You helped me.
That sucked.
You
That really
helped me, I helped
sucked.
you.
I hated that.
I hated it.
Thanks, I hate it.
Thanks, I hated it.
Yeah, like surprise! It's TTRPG therapy.
Is it like I roll and then she gets to add something if I make a DC? Is it something like that?
It's give her. I think I can't find it, so I'm just going to adjudicate it in the moment here. I'm
Okay.
going to say you can spend 2 motes of magic, and if you do so, whatever her next move is, you get to add your stat die to that, so then she could roll an extra die of that.
Hell yeah.
But at the cost of 2
Done.
motes.
Done.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anytime, babe. I got modes to spare.
Gemma, what do you do in this moment?
Oh, well, I think that, like, I think that Gemma doesn't know how to move out of this trauma. I'm trying to think of, like, I'm trying to, like, I feel like I'm overthinking it. I'm totally overthinking it. My initial thought was that I was going to try to make myself incorporeal and then walk into the monster.
Go for it. Why not?
I don't know.
Give me.
Get weird.
Literally, that happened. I was like, wow, that sounds ridiculous.
Get weird is the tagline for this, so I think you should totally go for it.
Snaps for get weird. Snaps for get weird.
Give me your metal plus magic.
Okay.
Plus 3 on top of that, remember, as well. The difficulty,
yes.
this is going to be tough.
Yeah.
So this is going to be, I think this is going to be a 15. I think this is going to be really hard to do. What is your metal?
My metal's a D4.
And what is your magic currently
A
at?
D8.
And you have a plus 3. Do you have any motes?
I have 1 mote.
Okay, this is going to be really tough.
Okay. 15.
2 motes, so I can get you 1 more mote of the way there.
Okay, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Come on, die.
That's a 4 on the metal die.
Okay, so that explodes.
Yes, so I will roll that again. That's a 3. So I'm going to use my final mote.
Have you rolled your magic yet?
Of the night. Yes, I already rolled magic. So that's I'm at 8s for metal, and I had 5 on the magic die. So that's
13.
13. And you're going to use a mote.
I already used a mote to explode, so I can get explode twice. So I'm at 8
so
for the metal die.
D4 again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at 5, and I'm rolling the D4. I need to get at least a 2.
Okay.
Another 4.
Okay.
Roll again.
Keep exploding. Keep exploding.
So
Never
12,
stop making magic.
17, 2. Okay, so 19.
Woo!
19 including magic.
As all of this is happening, everything kind of slows down for you. And you see Joy on the ground. You see Charlie like hand out, just like passing magic into both her and to you, like hands out, just like empowering the two of you. And all of you see Gemma's form just begins to start to glow, and she becomes ghostly white, like not just her but her clothes, until she's just a being of light shining. Something inside of you that you haven't touched in a long time. And you see Gemma walk up to the beast. It tries to bite her, and she passes right through it and goes right inside of it. We'll see what happens with that in 1 second. Joy, you see this happen. What do you do?
I think that I'm rallying. This is like Gemma, who is not doing anything, and then Gemma is like straight into the beast. I think that I'm gonna get up and try again.
What are you going to try and do exactly?
Smash him in the face.
Okay. Melee plus magic plus what's your melee die, Charlie?
The D4.
So D4 of Charlie's metal.
Melee.
Okay.
Melee, sorry.
Melee, yeah, I got it.
And the difficulty on this is going to be, it was a 12 last time. You stand up and you're like, no, I can do this. It's going to be tougher this time. It's going to go up 1 to a 13.
But you still have that +3, right?
Still that +3.
And you still have the
Okay.
+3.
So you just need a 10.
Oh, the D8 explodes.
Woo!
So I'm up to a D10 for my magic die.
Woo!
OMG, she's so
Dude, we are
magical.
exploding all over this bitch
Right?
tonight.
So that's 14 plus the D4 you gave me is a 3. So 17. Now I'm going to do the D10. Ooh, that's 9. So that is 26 plus 3, which is 29.
Talk about joy.
So your branch got shattered, right?
Mhm.
So all you have right now is yourself, your fists. You run up at this thing, and as you bring your fist back, your fist begins to your whole arm really begins to change and transform. You see it start to develop a bark-like outer layer. And your hand begins to gnarl and turn into like this giant branch as you run at this thing and you punch it as hard as you could. And you, Charlie, as you see this, you see Joy punch her way into this beast, and now both of them are gone inside of this thing, and it's just you there. What do you do?
I run in after them.
What do you do to try and run in there? Like, give me some magic. Give me a move here. What are you doing?
I think I see how brave they're being, and I see that apparently this isn't just about smashy, and I just sort of try and gather up my strength and steel myself, and I think I just run at it. I think I just straight up run at it. Like,
give me
try to make myself as fast as I can so that hopefully I can just run through it.
give me
sound barrier.
maneuver plus magic.
Fantastic. Ooh, that is a 21.
Yes.
21. Oh, sorry. I should have told you that the difficulty was going to be a 12 on that. As you run, you hear your mother's voice. You hear your father's voice. They become kind of like panes of glass in front of you. You shatter through one, shatter through the next. You shatter, until you get to like the hide of this shadowy beast. And you run so fast that you pierce its skin, and you're in there. All three of you are in there. And inside of it, you see, swirling within all this darkness, you see 3 motes of light. Sorry, I'm going to change the combat audio to the serene audio. You see 3 motes of light. This crack of 3 cracks of light blooming within this darkness. They grow in size and intensity, and then it spreads. Threads of brightness slicing through the gloom, like dawn breaking through storm clouds. The darkness around you, though, it doesn't vanish. It retreats. it folds inward, back into the hollow places of you. And then your light begins to shift in shape and form. It begins to pulse gently like a heartbeat. Something radiant, something familiar. The one mode of light lands in your hand, Gemma, and it shrinks down. What do we see in your hand?
Shrinks down like into an object?
Into a being. You're familiar.
A being?
Yeah. Sorry, when I said something familiar, I thought I was like, huh, it's all clever. But I now realize it didn't read. Your familiar is in your hand.
I didn't
Right
get
over
it.
the head.
I didn't get
It
it.
went over my head too. It
I'm
totally
sorry.
went over my head.
I'm
I was
sorry.
like,
I'm sorry to
"What?
I'm sorry to
What
ruin
are
your
we
moment.
doing?
Yeah, I was like, something, pregnant pause, familiar. But no.
No, I'm so sorry.
You're totally fine.
This beam of light lands, this mote of light lands in my hand, and it doesn't get much bigger, but just a tiny little bit. And then it manifests into a cockroach. And I think that I'm going to make the executive decision that Gemma is in the state of mind. It's a very fragile state of mind. And to have this beautiful mote of light descend into the palm of my hand and then it turned into a cockroach, I think that she's like, ah! Fuck!
Oh no!
And then it'll come like scurrying back up and like sit. I think she's kneeling on the ground, and wasn't expecting to be given this gift today. And the cockroach will just kind of sit at her knees, just waiting expectantly.
Charlie, your mode of light falls into your hands. You have them together, outstretched. What do we see take form?
You see the mode of light land and then kind of stretch. And it's just sort of this small, long, almost worm-like shape, and then it kind of grows out, and you see two pairs of little legs, and a little long snout, and a long little body, and a little tail. And it fits in the palm of one hand. It is a little stoat. And it just kind of, I think it perches up on its hind legs and kind of looks around. And
Yeah.
I look at it and I go, "You're adorable."
And Joy, your mode of light keeps expanding in size. And it doesn't go into your hand. It goes right in front of you, though, right on the ground in front of you, and continues to grow and change and take form. What do we see?
It turns into this beautiful young husky. It's a dog, but it's not a puppy anymore, but it's just barely into adult years, and it's sort of shimmery and gray with a really sweet face, but almost like a very serious face as well.
Yeah. You look around you and you see that you're back in the clearing. Your familiars there, beings of power, instinct, and connection. And you realize now that the trauma manifestation, the trauma was never separate from you. And it never will be. That fear, those wounds, the doubt, it lives in you still. It always will. But you are not your trauma. You are more, and you are becoming. And somewhere else, far away, a man in a long coat leans towards a bank of monitors. Grainy CCTV footage shows the three of you in the woods, in the moonlight, with your familiars. And he smiles without joy and says, "Almost ripe. Let the hunt begin again." And that's where we're going to leave off for today. Thank you so much for playing the first episode of Wyrd, my three lovely people. Tell the folks where they can find you, Chrissy.
Oh, you can find me over at the Red Dragon.
Yes.
The Oak Park Red Dragon on Harrison Street.
Kate.
Wait, like on social media?
Sure.
Okay. My my handle on Instagram is Katie_Vargs.
And Sadie.
Hey, friends. You can find me on Instagram at Sadie Songs, and you can find us on Instagram at Reflect Gaming.
That's where you can
very
find me.
exciting. That's new.
And
Yay!
yeah, thank you all for a wonderful first session. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed watching. Until next week, stay weird. Later. And we're clear.